What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Media Goose channel. It is I, the Media Goose, your friend Ryan, and the goose is loose, baby. Ha! I am here today to talk to you about Monday Night Raw. Why can't Raw be this good every week? You don't have to wait until WrestleMania season to have great weekly shows, WWE. You can do this every week. It is possible. So, I thoroughly enjoyed this show, and I feel like the sense of urgency from the beginning of the episode was really evident. And the show started, as Raw often does, with the Vision. And so first, masked men start coming out. Adam Pearce and his security chase them. Another one comes out. Logan chases him. Another one comes out. Theory chases him. And now Heyman's alone in the ring. And a masked man comes down from the main ramp, taking Heyman's attention, allowing Seth to sneak in behind him and hit him with the steel chair the same way he hit Roman back in the day. I feel like we can maybe cool it on the Shield references, specifically that one, the steel chair to the back. I feel like we've referenced that a lot in the last few years in WWE programming, and I get it, but we can chill on that now. Then he hits Paul with the stomp and gets out of there, and Heyman sold it incredibly. The blood coming down after we got back from the commercial, being helped out by the paramedics. It was really well done. And when he gets taken to the ambulance, Logan Paul and Theory are with him. And then Theory gets beat up by Jey Uso when Logan's going to get the car. And the funniest part of it all, when Jimmy walks up to the ambulance, LA Knight is driving it. Yeah! And he he drives off with Paul Heyman. And it was such an Attitude Era kind of opening to Raw. It was so much fun. I like when a lot of different stories and characters are interacting and their stories start to overlap. That's really fun. I thoroughly enjoyed that segment. LA Knight is the man. Yeah! Then we had Gunther versus Dragon Lee, and holy shit, man. This was excellent. This was like, WWE doesn't do this kind of match on their weekly TV all the time. So when you get it, man, it was incredible. Dragon Lee attacks during the entrance with it's a really hot start. Then Gunther hits this massive back body drop, just sends Dragon flying. The beginning of the match was really Gunther dominating. They'd keep doing hope spots for Dragon, and Gunther would just immediately cut them off. And it was working because there was a spot where Dragon was on the outside. I think this might have been after the countout spot where Gunther broke the 10 count. The crowd was chanting for Dragon massively. More than I've ever heard a crowd chant for Dragon. So that was awesome to see. And then when Gunther broke that 10 count is when the match started to turn and Dragon Lee started to get his the momentum and his stuff in. And man, it really picked up from here. They started working, man. It was so much fun. Dragon really started turning up. He did the sunset flip destroyer looking reversal to Gunther trying to do another powerbomb on the outside. There was an amazing suicide dive. Some suicide dives don't have a lot of heat on them. Guys just kind of like fall out of the ring. He shot out of the ring on that. He hits Operation Dragon on the outside, which is a really cool finish. Gunther barely beats the 10 count. And when Dragon goes for another Operation Dragon, Gunther reverses it into the sleeper. And he rips off Dragon's mask and makes him tap out. This was phenomenal. This is one of the best weekly matches I've seen on WWE TV in a while, probably since Finn and Balor had their really good match. This was stellar. Gunther really knows how to put guys over. He sells for guys. Because Dragon looked legit here when he started to fight back. It was really good. And I don't know what's next, but get Dragon Lee back in the mid-card title scene. Get him a manager. Let's do something with Dragon because he is so damn good. Then we have Asuka and Kairi backstage, and then AJ Lee and Kairi. That was fun. You guys know I love Asuka and Kairi. They're like two of my favorites. Then we had Logan Paul and Theory with an On the Ramp promo that was really good. I hope that this means they're a tag team. This very much felt like a tag team cutting a promo, and I thought they actually did excellent. Even Theory, who he's not always great on the mic. He can get a little generic in the things that he says, but he was really good here. And I hope this means that Logan and Theory will be going after the tag titles at WrestleMania, which would free up Seth to have his match with Breakker, because the rumors are Braun Breakker will be back for WrestleMania. Then we get an AJ Lee promo. Pretty standard, nothing crazy. Fine promo. Then we get to Penta and Gable in the back. Gable says he wants a match with Penta as soon as he wins that title. Gable's long-term story and the Intercontinental title continue. Then we get an incredible Liv Morgan promo in the back. Man, WWE's backstage promos and production of those promos and video packages are consistently incredible. She talks about how she was privileged. She signed at 20 while Stephanie fought in flea-infested rings living in a mud hut. That was... Damn. That was as close to being racist as you can get without being it. Living in a mud hut. God damn. And Liv does put over Stephanie, calling her a great champion, and she reminds us that Liv is a Royal Rumble winner, a Money in the Bank winner, the inaugural Crown Jewel champion, a 6-time champion, and that was it. But this was an excellent promo. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Liv and Stephanie is a match I'm really excited for, and the more we get closer to WrestleMania, more I'm realizing I think this is going to be a really good show, because I'm actually really excited for a lot of the stuff they're building. So I'm pumped. And then we got an excellent match between Chad Gable and Pete Dunne with the Americanos. I'm watching AAA now. I watched the whole show. Watching AAA has so enhanced my enjoyment of this feud on Raw, because I understand the dynamics now. Seeing Kaiser as this massive baby face in Mexico, and then being a heel in America, it's like Bret Hart back in the day. Bret Hart and the what was his heel stable called? The Hart Foundation, I think. They were heels in America and baby faces in Canada. That's really cool. I dig this. And I think Kaiser being in black and yellow is a matter of he'll wear red, white, and blue, the colors, in Mexico, but he won't wear them in America. I hope that's the case. I hope that's what he's doing. But, man, this was awesome. Chad Gable reminding us that he is one of the best, if not the best, technicians in wrestling. There was a section at the beginning where he was like making a noise with every move he did. He was like, hut, 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 hut. And he ends up getting done to the ground. It was comedic, but it was also great wrestling. I had so much fun. They were chopping the shit out of each other. These chops were massive all through this match. I had so much fun. The fact that they're talking about AAA on WWE TV, the Rey de Reyes tournament. Everything about this was awesome. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad I'm watching AAA now. Dunn did like a sunset flip out of a top rope spot that was crazy. And Gable won on the Chaos Theory suplex. This was excellent. I thoroughly enjoyed what could have been a throwaway kind of moment. Was excellent. Let's see. Then we had Rusev call out Oba. Oba came out not in ring gear. This wasn't a match, but they had a little fight. And this was really good. I thought Rusev did excellent on the mic when he had it. And this was a solid fight. And now we're going to get a real match out of them next week. And I am so excited. I think this match is probably why they haven't gone straight to Oba and Brock. They want to do Oba and Rusev so that Oba has like a tune-up match before Mania. But I do think it's going to be Oba and Brock. Then, what's next? We had Jimmy vs. Theory, but Logan DQs it pretty quickly. Jey returns, runs down. So again, like I said, I hope this shows that it's going to be Logan and Theory versus the Usos. I think that'll be a good match. I think all people involved in that are really good. And I like that Logan and Theory are a tag team. I would put the tag titles on them at Mania because I think they actually are a really good team, and I'm excited to see them together. Then we get Danhausen backstage. Hey, and fuck the internet fans. Danhausen had the highest selling t-shirt from the moment it debuted till now. He has the best selling t-shirt on the website. This segment got a ton of views online already. His debut got a ton of hits online. I am done interacting with the toxic wrestling community, and I'm done referencing it. I'm not interacting with it anymore. Y'all can hate all the stuff you want to hate. Fuck y'all. I love wrestling. I love comedy and wrestling. Danhausen has the highest selling t-shirt. Stop acting like the smart wrestling fans control the way things are perceived. Oh, no, the fans didn't like this. The fans loved it. The assholes online didn't like it, but the fans loved it. So, Danhausen and Pierce have a great backstage segment. He wants a blimp. He has the Danhausens, and it was hilarious. Pierce brings over Dom, and he gets cursed. And boy, we put the curse over because Dom loses his title to Penta. Finally! This should have happened last year. Penta is finally the Intercontinental Champion, and I couldn't be happier. This was a really fun, solid match. I think when it started to become a Penta match was when it really picked up. The first half of the match was a Dom match where he was like working heavy heel. And then when Penta started turning up, it got really fun. Win, new champion, thoroughly thrilled. I mean, Penta's such a good guy. He's an amazing worker. He's still so over. This couldn't happen to a better person. I'm so glad for Penta. And now we'll see what Penta does at Mania. I think it might be a multi-man because I don't know if he has a really obvious one-on-one right now, but we could get there. We could definitely get to a well-built one-on-one, but I'd be excited for a multi-man. And now, main event time. We are back to the Tribal Chief, acknowledging our Tribal Chief. My one is up. And CM Punk. They delivered again. And I love that Roman always calls CM Punk Phil. That thoroughly cracks me up. This was the same building that CM Punk debuted the Shield in. And Roman goes, correction, you brought the other two along, not me. I like that. Punk saying, I already won. I'm in your head. I own space in your head. And by the end of the promo, he doubles down on that. Roman says, we brought you back to please the 30 to 40-year-old virgins living in their parents' house. That killed me. Oh my God, these two just go back and forth. He said, yeah, we want you to sell t-shirts. Maybe draw a good house in Chicago. Oh, it was so good. He says, being a champion, it's above your pay grade. It's not why we brought you back. I'm going to take that burden from you. You're not CM Punk. You're just a punk-ass bitch. Woo! And Roman goes to walk off. Oh, and Roman also says, I'm going to give you a John Cena retirement tour. I'm going to send you down to NXT. There's been talk that Punk wants to go to NXT to run creative after his career. So that's Roman taking a dig. And he goes, and then you'll send people up to the main roster, and I will destroy them. It was awesome. And Punk stops him and drops. He goes, you're alone. I took your wise man. I'm the guy. This is my show. I'm the WrestleMania main event. And then Punk says, you just made the list. He moved past it so quickly that I feel like when he said it, he realized it was a Jericho thing and didn't want to give it any time to get a pop because he probably didn't want to make people think it was a Jericho reference, but I don't know. And then CM Punk dropped the line that shook me to my core, and I think shook Roman to his core. And when I said he was doubling down on getting in Roman's head, this is what I meant. He said, you're not going to be alone, because I'm going to bury you. And I'm going to bury you next to your father. Fuck. Wow. Okay, Punk. I didn't know Christian Cage was here tonight. I heard you have a father, and he's dead. God damn. This was hot. This was very hot. WWE is cooking right now, man. Punk, I couldn't believe he said that. Obviously, they clear the things they talk about before they do it. Punk wouldn't just pull that out. Hey, Jade, maybe don't say things before you get permission. I'm going to touch on that real quick. The Rhea Jade stuff happening. In my opinion, what Jade did wasn't cool. Bringing up the way you always talk to creative. The unreal of it all, the like we're breaking kayfabe, leads to stuff like this. Like, if kayfabe is dead, what Jade said should be okay, but she didn't clear it with Rhea, and Rhea was offended, so now they're at odds. You need to clear these kind of things before you do them. WWE should have sat down Jade and Rhea before Rhea won the chamber and been like, hey, y'all are going to be feuding. What are the lines you want to draw? What are the things that are good? What are the things that are off limits? That is how you professionally conduct this kind of thing. Because without that is how you get the crap that happened in AEW with the EVPs and Punk. So Triple H needs to get on top of this now. Because I don't think... It feels like Tiffany and Charlotte were like, oh, they're getting real. But if it's not planned beforehand, it's not smart. And I didn't like that exchange. And if I had to take somebody's side, I'm on Rhea's side because, I don't know, Jade saying the way you always talk to creative. Jade, you are so privileged as a performer. To say that is just wild. Like, I hope Rhea brings up privilege. I doubt she will because they're using privilege and Stephanie Liv, but that was really ugly of Jade, in my opinion, and I kind of hope Rhea buries her for it and says something along the lines of, at least I can fucking wrestle. I've been the biggest Jade Cargill defender for so long, and like, the last few months, I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. WWE has done her no favors by not booking her to wrestle as if they're afraid to have her wrestle, kind of emboldening the online fans who say she can't. And then she does this and potentially crosses a line. It's not going to it's not going to make you popular in the locker room, and I don't know that Jade was anyway. So, very interesting. We'll see what happens this Friday when Rhea and Jade stand off. Let me know what you thought of Monday Night Raw. I thought this was a WrestleMania season Raw that went really well. I had a great time watching this show. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what you thought of the Roman Punk promo. Let me know what you think of Penta as IC champion. Who do you want to see him face at Mania? What about Penta and Phoenix? Let me know your thoughts down below. The Goose is out. Hey!